Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Actually, good afternoon, I should say. Well, welcome back to the shop. Let me get things kind of out of the way here. It's Sunday. You know what that means. I just got done wrapping a great conversation up with the tea time with the patrons. Absolutely tremendous. It's been a great morning so far. And you know what? We're just going to keep the hits on rolling. Hey, Pendak! Cheers, my friend. Welcome back. Oh, I got pea flower, butterfly pea flower tea this morning. So it's all kind of like, can't see it through the, let's see if you guys can kind of see that cool color. It's neat stuff, but it's a green tea this morning. But yeah, had a great conversation with the tea timers, and now here we are. You know, the Sunday chats are just a nice space where we get to connect. You know, we slow down a little bit on Sunday, and we get to talk to one another. All right, there it is. Oh, Woven, how you doing? Good morning. Nice. Good evening, everyone. Yes, good evening, good night. You know, there's a lot of Europeans in here, so a very fine afternoon for you. Good evening. And if you're further east, yeah, good night. Hope hope you're having a nice calm kind of come down from your day. What do you guys want to talk about? You know, I just love these because I get to connect with my community and just, yeah. Oh yeah, Pendak, how are you this fine Sunday? I'm good. Very regulated, you know, I don't know about you, but I dysregulate a lot. You know, I'm either super crazy excited or super burnt out. You know, the pendulum swings wildly, right? You know, last week we were talking about clocks. You know, we're kind of clocks ourselves. You know, sometimes we're running out of time a little bit, you know, and just out of sync, you know. But right now I feel very chill, very centered. And I like that feeling. I'm going to relish as long as it will stand. However long it'll last, we'll see. You guys have a tendency to fire me up, so I don't know how long that's going to hang in there. Where are you coming to us from today? Terry, I'm here in the shop in beautiful Paso Robles, California. Yeah, love it out here. It's a good spot to be from, good spot to live. It's expensive, but hey, you know, I got to be near my clientele and all that good stuff. Any vids coming soon? William, you're so right. I need to, I've been filming a ton on the Ginkgo gate. That's coming along awesome. I just been in such a content creative lull. I'm still working my buns off, but I haven't been editing, and I need to. Maybe that'll be tonight. I don't know. I'm trying not to burn myself out, you know what I mean? But William, thank you for at least the interest of more videos. Hi from Russia. Hello. I have, Matt, you have a forging question. Yes, shoot. My friend made a knife over here yesterday, and while messing with it, it split down the spine. Interesting. So delaminated, is it Damascus? It was a single bar of steel. Opinions. Now that's fascinating. So I had some type of stress fracture, a delaminated. What kind of steel? What kind of bar was it? If you don't mind me asking, Matt. Started at the tip. Okay, so it sounds like you got maybe some type of cold shut. Was it drawn way out from a single bar, or was it cut from a blank? 1085. William, I think you're onto it. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that they're so in line. That must be the the crystalline shape that it followed. Yeah, you get a stress fracture, you get a cold shut. It's amazing how far it'll go into that bar of steel, isn't it? What? My hair? Yeah, yeah, of course it's real, for sure. Improper quench, medium possibly. Very true. Maybe it's too hard of a quench. You know, I was watching Vikings yesterday. Oh, remind me of you? Well, goodness. You know, there's a bunch of handsome actors in there, so I'm honored. Yeah, I haven't watched that show in a long time. That was fun when it was, when it was going. It just wasn't the same without, Actually, no spoilers. No spoilers. I'm trying to make a scoop from, oh, you're trying to make a scoop from copper. Should I heat the copper and try it, do the job cold? Ooh, that's a great question. That's a great question. Depending on the gauge, right? The weight of the copper means a lot. I do a lot of my copper work cold, because then I almost enjoy work hardening, not to the point of fracture, right? We were just talking about stress fractures, different things going on within, whatever medium you're working in, and how it'll permeate and continue cracking, right? But I don't like the copper, especially if it's a tool, to be soft. If you annealed it, if you get it hot and then quench it, it'll anneal it and it'll turn into just like paper mache. If it's going to be a tool, luckily a scoop shape strengthens itself already, just the shape of it, right? Think of a dam, right? Like it's now under compression. It really depends on what you're going to put that copper through. Like especially if like they say you have a scoop, then you have a bit of flat where the actual handle continues. I would do it cold, depending on how deep that cup is. I would do it cold so that you get some work hardened out of it, and it's not going to be too annealed to actually function as a scoop. Copper price affordable. I actually, not really. It fluctuates, but it's difficult to, time when you have to buy it versus when it's cheap on the market. It's just what it is what it is, that whatever that thing costs should go to your client. That should not come, whatever it costs should not be coming out of your pocket unless you're building it for like a show that doesn't have a client yet, right? I work primarily for commissions, specifically for that reason. But what the hell was I talking about? I like to salvage my copper. I like to salvage my copper. What tool is behind me? I don't know, there's a couple back there. I really don't know what you're looking at. Describe it to me. Maybe I'll grab it. Okay, what the hell was I talking about? Yeah, working copper. I like to work hard my copper a little bit just so that it's not too flexible. Like let's say someone has to do a really aggressive scoop. You're not, bending that stuff, Ooh, a beginner's guide to blacksmithing. You know what? I'm fully interested in making some videos about that, especially some affordable tools that can get you started. So you're not dropping $5,000 on an entire shop. Affordability is, I think, number one for me with people getting into this trade. Do you make jewelry? Grace, I've made tons of jewelry. Absolutely. I make giant elephantesimal works that move and are 10,000 pounds. But also I really enjoy making some jewelry too for my loved ones. Can you show us the big circle behind you? Yeah, here, I'll show you what it'll look like. So this is all hand forged, of course, but this is what it'll become. This is the Ginkgo gate. So right now you can see just pretty much the outer frame. The outer frame has taken its shape, all right? But this portal, this inner portal, will have stained glass with all of these ginkgo branches and leaves. It'll be transitioning between all of the different seasons from that beautiful verdant green, that like emerald green, all the way over to that golden yellow. But now comes the fun stuff with all the forging, right? All the good classic on the 45 conical barrel scrolls. Should be fun. Ooh, okay, David, great question. What tools do you need to get started coppersmithing? Great question. Honestly, I could go grab you something, but it'll take me some time. And I don't want to bore you with just seeing my workshop completely empty. You don't need much for copper work. You really don't. Honestly, a stump, like what my anvil's sitting on right now, a stump and a ball peen hammer. Like literally I can make just about anything with those two tools. A drill is nice if you want to do some riveting, right? Love a shop tour someday. Hey, there's not much to see. It's a dinky shop. Well, one day we'll be building the new one, right? One day we'll get permits pulled so that we can build the dream shop, and I cannot wait for that day. Yeah, you really don't need much. And I salvage all my copper. So I don't know if you guys know this, but on Patreon, I have a full apprenticeship program where every month I deal with a new lesson, either something to build, some subject matter that we do a deep dive into, and then we do Zoom call theory discussions about it. And you always have access to me on Discord, right? Like every day I'm answering questions. People try to troubleshoot their gas forges they just bought. All sorts of stuff. So it's a lot of fun. And one of our lessons was about working copper. Let me grab something for you. All right. Now, copper, if bought brand new, is a little bit pricey. You know, it comes all polished and brand new. If you're going to be working that stuff with a hammer, you don't want that stuff brand new and polished anyways. You want to polish it yourself after you're done working. Like this is some old piece of scrap. This is a piece of flashing. A lot of times what I'll do if I see, you know, a lot of like plumbers and stuff will scrap it, right? Scrap it at a scrap yard because there is sometimes a little bit of money in it. But if you're, you know, don't go stealing it, right? But copper pipe, put it in your bench vise. If you got a vise, the big thing is hold it still, right? Take yourself just a good old standard hacksaw and cut it lengthwise. Then open it up and now you have copper sheet. You can make a lot of stuff with that copper sheet. Rage! Cheers, my friend. Welcome. That's one of my members. Look at him with his super cool anvil that's getting red hot. It's getting hotter, buddy. Copper more valuable than gold. No, I wouldn't go that far, but it feels damn close. Oh yeah, speaking of copper, where's Copper Dog? He's around here somewhere. He's never very far. Copper Dog. Anyways, but you really don't need much. I've made entire like copper sculptures in the back of my truck with a couple hammers and a stump. Copper, come here, buddy. He's out there sunbathing. Copper, come here. What a good boy. Come here, dude. Come here. That's my dog. He's a good boy. Make sure he doesn't knock. Oh, and a pair of tin snips, right? I don't know if you're familiar with tin snips. You actually let me grab them before Copper holds me down. Let's just talk about tin snips real quick. Come here, Copper. Oh, there he is. Whoa, about fell off my chair. There he is. Come here, bud. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. All right. Tin snips, right? You got these kind of bigger ones. What do you think about that, buddy? Okay. But also, this is what you'll find in like a hardware store. You're probably familiar with these. These are great. These are great just to have around. And then there's right and lefts. Right and lefts allow you to make a little bit more dramatic curves as you're cutting your material. And it cuts through with ease. Like if you have just kind of thin copper, it's like a pair of scissors. It's really fun stuff. Copper, you got to share the camera a little bit, bud. But like I said, I like to scrap my copper, and it almost gives you like a creative prompt, almost like a challenge to try and stay within. Oh, I only got, I was only able to find this much copper. What can I make just within this little parameter? And you don't have to be good at brazing. You could literally just drill some very thin holes, get some little brass. Actually, here, you know what? Let me grab something real quick. Just gotta find it. I got it. Now, mind you, I need some severe polishing. It's been tarnished for a long time. But literally just with a drill, a stump, and a couple hammers, I created this little locket long time ago. Long time ago. I could actually give it a little buff for you if you want to see it actually looking good. You know, it's just brass and copper, right? It's a lovely little thing. And it doesn't take much. You know, it's a cute little, sweet little locket. You know, it's about, inch and a half, almost 2 inches in either direction. It's a cute little thing. Made it a long time ago. And literally with one of these, one of these, and a couple little brass nails. Little brass nails work great as rivets. Have I forged a war axe? Oh yeah. I forged like a 50-pound great axe. Thing was rad. I actually went to a very dear friend of mine. And the thing was like that big. It was like a manhole cover. Gnarly. That stuff's easy. Weapons are the easiest darn thing in the world. You know, it's like I want something big and challenging, something three-dimensional, you know? Bonjour. How to realize different steel when you can't cut it to see the sparkles? Alexis, that's a great question. So I have a couple of tests, right? Like, when we're talking about scrapping, I talk to my apprentices a lot about this stuff because scrapping, I think, is a great thing because you don't have such a financial burden on your trade. You know, it's like if you are a painter and canvases cost several $100s just to get one like this big, right? That's what steel work feels like, right? So scrapping is great. If I am ever at a scrapyard or something, I bring myself a nice sharp little center punch. It's like a Rockwell punch. And if you just give it a little bit of inertia and bink it, technical term, you bink it, and see how deep that will go. Like here, I can grab a piece of A36 mild steel. All right? Just a chunk of A36. See the dink? It's like a Rockwell test. But if I grab, I'll just say the side of one of my hammers, the side of just something that is not like a leaf spring, any type of spring, that helps a lot. I prefer to bonk. Yes. Now, with all that said, use your natural intuition, right? Okay, like this is one of the things I like to talk to my apprentices about is like if people are forging rad, hunting knives and stuff like that. Think about what the steel is supposed to be doing, right? Like, think of, okay, a leaf spring or a coil spring. Both of those things have to resist immense instant shock, right? Boing! They have to resist that, but then return exactly back to where they were before. And they can't fatigue. These things have to last forever, right? That's rarely a thing that goes out in a vehicle. That steel is meant to just be doing this its entire freaking life. And if you know steel, that's tough, right? Because you only bend a nail back and forth so many times until it finally work hardens and breaks. So think about like, okay, what can I do with the steel? What's going to be resisting those activities? Now, think about like a lawnmower blade. Now, totally kind of a little bit different. It has to be abrasion resistant, right? It needs to stay relatively sharp, but it can't explode when it hits high RPMs or hits a rock or something like that. So each one of these things is form built to do these tasks. So when you think of a task that you want done, like, okay, I need a fillet knife that I need to be able to bend and it'll return back to that, right? Or I need to have something heavy to where I can chop and it'll resist that energy. Use your intuition. We have such a present. We have such a gift rattling around in between our ears. Trust your intuition and experiment. If you procure an axle or something like that, do spark test, right? To test, its carbon content if you can. Give it a bink or a bonk, right? Where did it go? There it is. Give it a bink or a bonk with a nice center punch for its Rockwell hardness, right? I trust your intuition and learn. Nothing teaches you better than doing. I should really watch Grave of the Fireflies. It's going to break my heart, isn't it? Have you ever done hair pieces? Actually, I actually haven't. I have my copper from old extension cords. That's great. That's what I'm talking about. And if you have the means to get that, very thin thread hot enough, you can melt that down into an ingot, and then you can work it and do whatever the heck you want. Could you use file test? Absolutely, Rage. If that file just skates like ice right across the top, that is good hard stuff. Now, heat treatment. Heat treatment makes different steels act very differently, right? Like it's going to be doing all sorts of stuff. So also think, okay, how much of this hardness is the actual composition of the steel, or is it its treatment, right? It's probably going to be a little bit of both. Acid etching would work too. Matt, absolutely, partner. Yeah, there's so many ways. And I feel like the biggest thing, especially as you're learning, try not to get overwhelmed. Develop your own style. You know what I mean? Because no one's you, and that's a cool thing. You know what I mean? Take your own ingenuity, your own instincts, distill them down to create your own craft. You know what I mean? That sound, what is everyone's like ick sound? I have one. It's like cotton balls, that vibration you get, or like there's whoppers. Whoppers, I could be starving to death and I would not eat a stinking Whopper. It's that sound. Oh, God. Am I a welder? Yeah, that's actually where I started my trade before I got into blacksmithing 20-some odd years ago. Yeah, I started as a fabricator, you betcha. Dry fingers on cloth. Okay. Mine are balloons. Ooh, oh, this is so funny. Matt, no ick sound for you? Okay. Maybe you just haven't found it yet. Speaking of axes previously, the latest, Scout, yes, that's one of my patrons. Latest Lego flowers I built. We're using so many Lego axe heads. Oh, that's so funny, as pedals. That's awesome. Touching microfiber, nope. Oh man, how funny. I love how we all have our sensory quirks, like we said, yeah, microfiber, yeah. I have a buddy, it's styrofoam, and any chance we get when we give him a present or something like that, we make sure it has foam, and it's just like, you can't touch it. It's the best. Hey, Mythic, that's one of the members. Afternoon, my friend, cheers, happy Sunday to you all. I love these. I love these Sunday chats where we're able to kind of get together and just have ourselves a talk. People from all around the world. How cool is that? 28 Lego axe heads per flower. That's amazing. Oh, bless you. That's awesome. Oh man, I love you guys. This is great. At what point do you stop working for the day from tiredness? That's a great question. Do you make mistakes easily from being tired? Woven. Tremendous question. Yes. I have, when I was first starting my trade, I used to work construction, from about summers when I was 12, 13, on. But then, especially graduating, from school, went straight into the trades in construction, like framing, concrete, dirt work, Honestly, everything, especially when it comes to remodels, that's when you start getting into finish work and stuff like that. And then I would forge at night with whatever I had left, right? I might be able to get another couple hours of forging out of me, and then I'm just dead to the world. Meanwhile, all my buddies were out partying. I just got the hammer. And I'm glad I did. I was able to invest a lot of time into my mind, into my trade. But now I don't do that anymore. Burnout is a very real thing. We all gotta be very careful of the burnout boogeyman. Don't say it 3 times because he'll jump out and get you, right? So nowadays I do kind of easier days because now so much of my workload is very cerebral, right? It's community work. Now it's content creation, and I spend about as much time as I possibly can here in the workshop, which is about 6 hours, and then the rest of whatever the day I have left of that is working on community, all the other stuff. Okay, what's your favorite piece of work you've made, and how long did it take you? Austin, that's tough because and all of you understand this from making stuff. It's you always see faults in it. You're always going to see imperfections. You're always going to critique it. So it's never good enough. Marble Metamorphosis is, yeah, that's a big one. That Marble Metamorphosis is it's a real significant one. That was the first time I ever worked with marble. I enjoy introducing a new material into my work. Yeah, Marble Metamorphosis is way, way, way up there. That's a really tough question. You know? Have you ever thought of leaving civilization to build a cabin in the woods? Oh gosh, always. Always. Especially before my work really took off. You know? Like if I can give you any type of encouragement, there's nothing harder than when you're pouring your heart and soul into your work, into your calling, whatever it might be. It could be origami. Like it feels like nothing's paying off. I'm putting in way too much energy and I'm not receiving any reward back. That's a tough road to hoe, and there was many times where it's like right now, like tax season's coming around and I'm like, I'm dirt broke. How the hell am I going to survive? Holy crap. Like it's not worth it. I'm working too hard for too little. This is crazy. And there's been moments, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go in the middle of nowhere and just I'm going to be gone. That's it. I'll just live off the land somehow. Figure it out. I'll try. And I'm glad I didn't, I'm glad I stuck through, and I'm glad that we're having this conversation right now. I would take none of it back. So if you feel yourself also going through that, you're grinding and grinding, you're not seeing those results and all that stuff, just keep going. I know everyone tells you that, and it's probably, you get green in the face hearing it. That's the best advice I can give. What if you did work with bamboo? I've done a little bit of bamboo work just hanging out with my sister. Actually, at their campsite, the sweatshirt I'm wearing, there's a little bit of bamboo that grows back down their river, and I was tying my damnedest for like hours trying to get a little like flute going, like a little, because I used to play the penny whistle, the Irish tin whistle. And it wasn't working out, and it was driving me crazy. Finished the Valhalla doors. I know. The client, I still haven't heard from the client. Friends with Batman. Hey, Aquaman. That's too funny. I do like to take a dip in the ocean. I'm a West Coast guy, but like kind of Central Coast, our Pacific gets pretty cold out here. But I do like to take a dip every now and then. Man. But I hope I can give you some encouragement. And honestly, speaking of encouragement, that's what we do in my Discord and through the page, especially through the Patreon. There's you get a lot more channels over there, and it's about being creative, making stuff, and just being there for each other when becomes hard. We celebrate all each other's, triumphs. It's very cool. Let's go on a ski trip, dude. I would love that. I haven't been skiing in forever. I used to love skiing. Who needs Batman when you already have Copper Dog? Woven? Look at him. I don't know if you guys can even see him, but he's out there just sunbathing. Isn't that right, Copper Dog? What you doing, dude? Oh, I don't mean to make you get up. It's okay. You can lay down. I was just saying hi. Atta boy. He's over there on just like a frying pan. It's cold in the shade, but when you get out into the sunshine, it's pretty nice. You're running a chairlift right now? What are the odds? How do I get to Patreon? Oh, it's in my link tree. Go to my link tree. You'll find it there. I try to make it super as affordable as possible. I want it to be open to everybody. It's pretty cool, and I get to experience all of your creative ventures with you. It's pretty rad. Oh, Casey, there she goes. Nice. Dude, you got such a vibe going on, Gregory. Energy fresh and clean and smooth. Well, gosh, I don't pump me up too much, partner. Goodness, but yeah, this is what you get. Welcome. If you're new here, that weather looks pretty. I know it's really. I'm very grateful. It's beautiful out here right now. It's chilly, but I mean not as chilly as as where a lot of you where you are, and we're in the dead of winter. Do I speak French? Lena, I hardly speak English. I wish I was more bilingual, trilingual. If I could have a superpower, I would absolutely love to just be able to have as a D&D nerd, pretty much cast tongues or the equivalent. Because being able to connect with just people would be really incredible. Like we are doing now. I have such a passion for people and the stories they got to tell, the creativity that they have stored within their soul. I would love to be more a part of it. I feel very constrained with just English. Because I do want to travel one day. One day I'll be able to afford to travel and meet interesting people from all around the world. It'd be really rad. How you doing? Oh man, happy Sunday, everybody. This is just too good. I love these. You always manage to put a nice big old smile on my face. And I'm just here in the shop. This is kind of organized, a little bit of prep, a little bit of cleanup for the chaos that will surely ensue for the next week to come. I feel super honored. I'm actually invited out to, I will be going out to Washington in June for the Northwestern Blacksmith Association. Up there, I'll be doing some classes. I'll be doing some demonstrations. I'll be forging some pretty cool sculptures. It'll be rad. I might even get the crowd involved in some striker circles, helping me get out there and move some big bars. I'm excited. So I'm really excited to maybe meet some of you guys. You're from France. Oh my gosh. Well, in the Discord, whenever I do a big adventure, I'm sure to announce that where I'll be. Maybe we'll meet in a cafe or something. I don't know if I ever get over there. Ooh, like the bookbinder guy, for sure. Oh, man. Look, you're near Seattle. Yeah, I don't know how tickets and all that stuff, membership is all settled. I have no idea. But that's where I'll be in June. You're also in Seattle. Well, you know what? There might be, in the Discord, I'll be sure to announce if I'm going to be somewhere public. Maybe we could, I don't know, I'm not trying to make any promises here, but I would love to hey, I'm going to be at this bar at 6 to 7. I'd love to meet you guys. I would love that because I never leave my shop. This is the best I can do usually, is get on here and check in with my beautiful community. It's your birthday? No. Lena, happy birthday. Who else's birthday is it? Maybe you, Rage, I almost missed your comment. Maybe you can mass produce some copper clovers like you did the leaves. Hey, you know what? That I would love to do another build. Something that I made for all of you guys. That would be rad. Totally going to see you, Cameron. That'd be rad. Oh, happy birthday! Even if it's not your birthday today, if you're within, let's give it a week. If you're within a week, happy freaking birthday. I would sing, but I think my phone would start short circuiting or something like that. Wow, we got people in France, Indonesia. That's incredible. I love how worldwide. I feel very proud to have a community without borders. It's very special to me. Got people. Mine's Tuesday, Matt. Ha ha ha! Happy birthday, buddy. You've been here since the beginning, partner. Wow. I hope you all have a tremendous Sunday. Freaking love you guys. I love to be able to touch base with you guys every week here in my humble little workshop with Copper Dog. I'm actually agreed to play the concertina for birthdays. Wait a minute. No, Rage. No. I didn't agree. I agreed for you, I guess. And I didn't even do it. I couldn't even figure it out. Morocco? Of course, sure. Heck yeah. Rage told me. Oh, Rage. We don't talk about that anymore. But yeah, guys, happy friggin' Sunday. Happy birthday for all of you birthday people out there. It's a bright new year ahead of you. How exciting is that? Man. Well, Copper, do you want to go? You want to say hi? Copper, come here. Here he comes. Here comes the Mr. Copper Dog. Come here, dude. Ooh, it's on a Saturday. Nice. Come here. Come here. Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, he's piping hot. He's all nice and warm. Let's return you to, factory settings. Okay. Well, from Copper Dog and me, and of course Casey, I want to wish you guys a real happy Sunday, Maybe do something kind for either yourself or somebody out there, Be good to each other. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.